Hey guys, what is up and welcome to my channel. It's a Hardback Life. My name is Jordan. And first of all, I want to shout out Jessie Mae. Um, she has been not only super nice and super helpful, but like she's just a cool person. She's one of the booktubers on here who have been watching over like the last year or so, and I've absolutely loved her content. And a lot of you who have subscribed to my channel have mentioned her. So I just want to give her a shout out and also thank all of you for subscribing because it means the world to me, and I just really appreciate her because she's a really cool person. And if you have originally watched my channel and didn't know who she was, please go to her channel and watch her content and subscribe because, like I said, she's a really cool person. Anyway, let's get to what I am going to talk about today. I haven't posted in like 2 weeks, I think it says on my YouTube videos. It was my last video was 2 weeks ago, which was my July wrap up. I cannot believe that we are obviously out of July, but we're now out of August and entering into September. It's crazy. I'm super shocked. But anyway, you guys, we're just going to be doing like a little, well, it is going to be a little wrap up because I only read 3 books in August. I know, only 3 books. It's very disappointing because I wanted to read at least 10 to 12. And I thought doing the Tome Topple readathon would help with that. And originally that was going good, and then that kind of just fell apart somewhere in the middle. Well, that's because I was reading multiple books at a time, and I'm trying to be better at that. Like, do portion of it an audiobook, and then another portion of it like reading. And I'm getting better at that. It is so hard for me, especially because I'm one of those people that when I read books, I tend to focus on the one that I either really want to get done or just laser focusing on the one that I really, really am into. And and let me show you guys my July wrap up. August wrap up, sorry. Okay, so the first 2 books in my August wrap up are part of a series, and I say these are part of one of the ones I really wanted to get done so that I can move on to the final book at some point and just be done with the series again. And that is New Moon and Eclipse, the second and the third book of the Twilight Saga. Now, I read this series for the first time when I was 18, and that was between like 18 and 19 years old. That's between 2008 and 2009, and that obviously tells you how old I am. But yeah, so I read those like 11, 12 years ago, and my initial reaction to the Twilight series was like, it's okay. I didn't love it, and I didn't hate it. But I always said to myself, you know what, I'm going to go back and reread the series at some point in my life. And can't believe I waited 12 years to do it. I think it's because I had no desire to pick them up every time I almost wanted to. Because I had other series that were better that I wanted to read. And I'm sorry to any Twilight fans out there, I am not saying that it sucks. I'm just saying that it's not my fave. So, Not dissing the Twilight series. I even bought Midnight Sun, which that will be part of my September TBR for sure, because that was also part of my motivation for continuing the series as a reread. Was one of my rereads for the year 2020, because when Stephanie Meyer officially announced she was putting out Midnight Sun, I was like, okay, I'm curious now. So yeah, I read New Moon at the end of July into August, and then I read Eclipse in the middle of August. Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. I absolutely adored this book. I loved it. This was one of my favorite books of 2020. It's not my ultimate favorite, because I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars, but that still means I loved it. But yeah, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is the prequel to The Hunger Games, and it is about President Snow and, you know, the beginnings pretty much of the Hunger Games. But yeah, mainly his origin story. And I loved it mainly for a lot of reasons. The book was very character driven. I loved that. I'm someone who, like, okay, I come from a theater background. Like, I've been in doing plays, like acting in them, and then been in the background and stuff like that, doing stage stuff for like pretty much my whole life. So, like, a book that is very character driven is a book that I really gravitate towards. And this had that. The characters were a lot of them were very complex. You sympathize and empathize with Snow throughout this book. And there are some moments, obviously, where he shows his true nature, because ultimately his evil side wins out. We all know that from reading The Hunger Games and watching the movies. His evil side wins out because he's very ambitious. But like, this book shows his the complexities of his character, and also like the complexities of other characters who you just really, really love to hate because they're terrible people. And then also some of the central themes, like nature versus nurture. I'm gonna have to get in more in depth with that if I do a book review, which I think I am gonna do a book review on this. I'm not sure when, but it's coming sometime soon. But yeah, this was the last book I read in August, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. And like I said, I absolutely love it, and I would recommend this to anyone who loves YA dystopian, because that's what this is. If you've read The Hunger Games, you know. And I kind of understand why a lot of people didn't like it too, because I mean, a lot of people probably expected an epic like book like The Hunger Games, where The Hunger Games were a huge portion of the book, and it was just crazy. And this, I didn't mention this before, this centers around the 10th annual Hunger Games. So, in the history of how it all began. So, you're going to get a little history lesson if you read this, but it's worth it, in my opinion. Please pick this up, and then also, if you do pick it up and read it, share in the comments how you felt about it. And also, yeah, because I really want to talk about this with somebody. Alright. And you guys, I also want to share a couple other like books that I am currently reading right now. And they are Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. This is the first book in the Truly Devious trilogy. And I found out that Maureen Johnson is writing another book, but it's not part of the trilogy because the whole trilogy is out now. It's a standalone that'll be set after the trilogy. So that's kind of exciting. But this is about a girl named Stevie Bell, who is like, she goes to this private school called Ellingham Academy, and her main purpose to go to the school is to solve kidnapping slash murder that happened um, multiple years ago, 1930s to be exact. And so she sets out on a journey to solve it, but the murders happen again. Her parents obviously try to take her out of the school, but she has other plans. Obviously, she wants to get to the bottom of it. And Ellingham takes a lot of the best and the brightest students. So like a lot of those who have like really have goals that they really want to accomplish, I guess. Like, I don't know. Anyway, this is truly devious, and did I say I'm buddy reading it with a friend? If I didn't, I am. I am buddy reading it with my friend Rebecca, and she's a lot further than I am. I'm like on chapter 7, and she's like on chapter 10. So I need to catch up to her because she really wants to talk about it with me. So yeah, that's a goal of mine, to finish this in September. And obviously, I'm reading Midnight Sun in September. This is the retelling of of Twilight, the first book, but in Edward's perspective. And I've heard actually pretty decent things about this book, so I'm looking forward to it. And another book I'm reading, and this is a really ambitious one, Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. I'm like about 133 pages into it, so I have started it, and I am really enjoying it. Like, this is a fantastic book so far, and I'm not surprised because I've read a few of Brandon Sanderson's books, and I absolutely love his writing. Anyway, this is over 1,000 pages, so I'm kind of freaking out because, yeah, it's the biggest book I've read. Or, yeah, biggest book I've ever taken on. So, yeah. And the last book, or last couple books that I know for sure that I'm going to be putting on my TBR for the month of September are Breaking Dawn, obviously, because this is the final book in the Twilight series, and and I want to be done with the Twilight series, like, for the second time, because but this is over 700 pages, you guys. 700 pages. I didn't realize it was that long. And finally, the last book that I started in August that I am going to hopefully get to in September is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. Is that how you say her name? All I know is about this book is it's set in Africa, obviously, and there's like multiple tribes that have magic, and the magic, I think, is stolen, and the main character I guess sets out on a mission to right some wrongs and get the magic back to her people or something like that. I don't know. That's what I've heard somewhat about it, so I'm really excited to continue this book and hopefully finish it this next month. Anyway, you guys, that is my wrap up, and then kind of like the books that I plan on reading. Some of the books I plan on reading this next month, and be looking for my September TBR official TBR. I just gotta iron out some of the books that I really, really want to read. And also be looking for other content that I'm going to be putting out, hopefully within the next couple of weeks. I'm actually going to be out of town, so in California, so I'll probably be filming in another, like be doing some video on another location. So be looking for that. Anyway, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.